Hello and welcome back all my Dragon Ball theorists, and we've always compared our heroes to the gods. With each power-up Goku has gotten, we have said, is he there yet? That first moment where he attained Kaioken with Super Saiyan Blue, some thought, well, he can take down Beerus now, can he? Hopefully with the last episode, those answers are now clear, and it is of course, no, not yet. Being a god of destruction is a divine role in the universe. Even if you aren't the most powerful beings, there is a clear difference between you and everyone else. This has been traditionally explained in God Ki, and Shin pointed that out again, although not just any God Ki, but as Beerus says, it's destruction. As we know, Toppo has been a candidate to be a god of destruction for a long time now, which always made us ask the question on how exactly does that work. I have long thought that when considered to be a god of destruction, you would begin training with your angel and begin your actual god training. This was just confirmed in this episode by Marcarita, who says let's see the results of our training. So Toppo, who has a tremendous potential and power as a fighter, then learned how to control energy of destruction, or Hakai energy. He will learn about what it is to be a god of destruction, and that this role itself is tremendously important if you decide to take it. Being a god of destruction, your job is to keep balance and destroy, which is the opposite of being a Supreme Kai, where it is to take on the role to nurture and create. It is a role that Toppo was honored to be considered for and trained to learn, but it still came down to a decision. A decision where he would have to cast away his core beliefs in justice in order to attain a power of a god if he is to take that role. Of course, Vegeta and Goku have trained with their angel too, but there has been a clear difference in training. Whis has been training them to become more powerful and better fighters. They aren't doing specific god training or learning how to use Hakai energy, something that is special and divine, and of course only a god of destruction can use. So this moment where Toppo was pushed to his limit by the combined attacks of 17 and Frieza, his choices have now become limited. Allow Frieza to trash talk and disgrace everything he has stood for in life, and eliminate him, possibly allowing for his universe and everything he fights for to be erased, or to finally accept his new role in the universe, to accept being a god of destruction right then and there, and to fight for its survival. I thought this was an amazing moment where Toppo says justice is worthless now. These are powerful words if you understand Toppo. Everything Toppo represents in being the leader of the Pride Troopers and fighting for justice in his universe must be cast away now. This is an epic moment where he is making a life-changing decision to abandon everything he has stood for and cast it away to become something else. So finally making this decision, and from his training with Marcarita now, is the time for Toppo to take on his new role as an actual god of destruction. In that moment, he began to let off energy of destruction. Even Jiren was aware of what was happening and understood that Toppo has finally made up his mind. The Kai let everyone know that this is indeed a reality, that Toppo is a candidate for a god of destruction. And Vermod then drives the point home in saying, having made up his mind, Toppo is no different from a god of destruction. Indeed, it's the birth of God of Destruction Toppo. Now this is a much different birth than that of a Supreme Kai, and how he attains that role. The Kais are born from divine fruit of the Shinjin tree. The Shinjin tree gives life to all the Kais with its fruit, and it is said that rarely through history there is a golden fruit which the Supreme Kai is born from. This tree of life gives the Kais their magical powers of creation and why they are the respected divine beings in each universe. So being a Supreme Kai is not only based on talent, but from a special divine fruit, and then from there, of course, just like anyone else, you begin training for that role someday. Shin and every other Supreme Kai took on a long apprenticeship before ascending to that role. Of course, that doesn't always work out. Gowasu had an apprentice in Zamasu who was formerly the North Kai of Universe 10. He was chosen because of his battle talent and began his apprenticeship to become a Supreme Kai. However, witnessing countless wars by mortals and his promise for justice and peace, he took a much different route. Regardless of Gawasu's teachings and wisdom, it could not change the will and desires of Zamasu, who eventually would vow to act out his zero mortal plan. Zamasu, though a rebel with a cause, isn't truly evil or a Kaioken as some have thought. His moral values went horribly wrong, and we have even seen some other Kais that don't seem to have the most pure intentions as well. The Supreme Kai of Universe 9, Ro, was just caught up in himself and his personal gain, which in the end is exactly why their angel despised overseeing that universe, why he hated his role and was happy that they were erased. Mojito isn't bad or evil like some thought, but pleased how things worked out. You see, Ro was just a bad seed, not as bad as, say, Zamasu, but maybe he was on that route. However, that doesn't make them evil or demonic like the Kaioken. A Kaioken, or as it translates into gods of the kings of the demon realm, these beings, as Toriyama says, are born just like the Shinjin, but evil and demonic at birth. When this happens, they are then transported to, of course, the demon realm. Of course, we have no exact happenings of this in the series, just what Toriyama states on how it works in an interview. So they are to the core the opposite of the Kais and completely evil from birth. How they leave the Shinjin planet and get transported to the demon realm is unknown. I hope that when the series picks back up again, at some point a demon realm arc would be so very awesome to explain all this. Also, Kaioken does seem to make the perfect Dragon Ball villain and has its popularity in the Dragon Ball Heroes video game storyline. Guess time will tell after our break in March, and maybe with the success of the video games and movie coming out, we will someday get a demon arc series in Dragon Ball. So while the Kaioken are evil versions of the Supreme Kais, the ones that actually balance the universe still is the God of Destruction. Well, I should say it's the combined effort between Supreme Kai and their god for balance to have a thriving universe. A God of Destruction's role, and now Toppo's new role, will be to destroy planets, races, and threats that could hinder the development of their universe, something Beerus hasn't done a great job of and sleeps for the majority of the time, allowing massive threats like Frieza and Majin Buu to run wild, which is why the mortal level of Universe 7 is so very low. These threats did too much damage and the Kais weren't able to thwart their destruction despite their best efforts. Things went unchecked really in Universe 7, so Beerus could take a lesson from the gods that helped their universes be exempt from the tournament. A God of Destruction should be wise in cultivating his overall universe and destroying things with reason, not because someone ate your pudding. In a way, Beerus contributed to do so much unnecessary destruction. Maybe it's a good thing he did sleep and why the Kais were so terrified when he awakened from his slumber. Not all gods had the same moral value or code despite having their title, a position that when we first saw Zeno, he threatened Beerus and Champa that he could take away, terrifying them to only say, "Just kidding." This was an early hint that we missed that being a God of Destruction is a job. It's a position filled that you can either be great at or very bad, and there are new candidates for the job that can eventually take over. I have a feeling that Toppo will make a great God of Destruction and work in union with the Supreme Kai of Universe 11 to raise the mortal level of their universe to be exempt from any future tournaments if needed. One thing though for certain is energy of destruction and its power is not to be messed with if you are a mortal, something I want to clear up in the community, and a mistake that Frieza made was thinking that he understood Hakai energy. People say Sidra is weak and you can make the argument that he is the weakest God of Destruction. However, he is still a God of Destruction and possesses power far beyond that of Frieza. Sidra gave a small portion of his energy of destruction to a minion to carry out an assassination. It in no way signifies his actual power. If Sidra was there instead of his assassin, he could have Hakai'd both Frieza and Goku without any effort. It was clear this was only a small portion of his energy when Beerus arrived and asked Goku what he was doing to only blow away the energy in a simple breath. When you become a God of Destruction, it is a very big deal. The difference in energy and power is significant, a mistake that Frieza wished he could have taken back. Frieza, seeing that attack before, assumed that this was going to be similar to the small portion of Sidra's energy he felt before. However, he couldn't have been more mistaken. This blast engulfed the entire world of the Void, cracked the fighting stage, and changed everything's appearance. This is the power of a God of Destruction, not some borrowed energy Sidra gave an assassin. Sidra couldn't give more power to his assassin because he wouldn't have been able to control it, plain and simple. However, make no mistake, Sidra could have demonstrated the same power as Toppo against Frieza if that ever happened. Becoming a God of Destruction is a very big deal, and why Frieza was easily manhandled. You get to see an extreme difference in power when Toppo creates a small energy ball and flicks it with his thumb and destroys Frieza's full-powered attack when he was enraged that he had been beaten. Honestly, it's a surprise that Frieza survived the first attack, however, he soon wishes that he didn't. Toppo's speed and overall power has increased exponentially to easily hand down Frieza the worst beating he has seen. He was easily tortured when usually he's the one dishing it out. Fortunately, 17 saved Frieza for now, and he is unconscious but not out. However, Toppo's power as a God of Destruction is far beyond anything 17 can do or handle. It is far beyond that of Goku Kaioken times 20 in Super Saiyan Blue. Toppo is on a mission to make sure his universe survives and will use this Hakai energy however he sees fit to make sure that is a reality. The only saving grace is that Toppo is still learning how to fully control Hakai energy and he still needs to charge it. However, he is surrounding himself in this energy as well, making it impossible to harm him at this time. Universe 7's options are going to be limited, and this is why all gods of destruction should be feared, and why it is so difficult to surpass one in power or defeat them. If Jiren wasn't scary enough, it will now take everyone on Universe 7 to defeat Toppo, who is a monster. Being able to use Hakai energy is almost a cheat, and unfair that mortals have to battle this. This Hakai energy will just cancel out everything Universe 7 has that they can throw at Toppo. A god of destruction is not supposed to be defeated. That is his role in his universe, to defeat and destroy anything that is needed. Makes you wonder, what exactly is Jiren, and what is he really hiding? Hope everyone is enjoying the weekend, and let me know what you thought about this episode, and hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did. I want to let everyone know to please follow me on Twitter for news and info about the channel, and I also have a Patreon with growing support that helps me create new content and pay for the expenses to run the channel. Now tell me what you guys think Universe 7 will need to do to defeat a god of destruction. Does Toppo have any weaknesses now that they can exploit? I always enjoy to hear your theories in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, and please subscribe to support the channel and keep those theories coming.